Hi friends. I'm just testing this out at midnightish to see how it goes, to see how many people are on at this time. Hopefully no one on the East Coast is up right now. If you are, I feel bad for you. So I guess I might as well talk about what happened today while I'm waiting for people to show up. Hi, Blue Night Wolf, how are you? Hi, Legacy. Oh, it's Rose. Hi. I will try to remember from now on that you're Rose. Hi, Agario. How are you? Hi, Jordan. I'm doing okay. I got really mad today. I'll probably be making a video about it later. Hi, Claire. I love your name. Okay, where are all of you? I've done live streams at different times now, but I realized I've never done one around midnight, so. Oh, Rose, you're in Michigan? That must be really late. Jordan, Ohio. You guys are up super late. Claire is in Australia. Hi, Deborah. Oh, you have a new name? Blue Night, you live in Florida. Are you nocturnal? I'm downstairs tonight, so I think my Wi-Fi should be a little better. Last time I was upstairs and it was cutting out, but the weather has cooled off, so it's not unbearable downstairs anymore. We finally got some rain. It was funny because during the winter we had record rain. Not that it was always a downpour, but we had the most consecutive days of rain every day. And then we broke another record this summer, having the most amount of days without rain. And then we had a lot of smoke from the wildfires in Canada. So the weather report or the forecast would actually say smoke instead of cloudy. Hi, Kitty. Sorry if I miss anyone. I get really chatty and then I look over at the chat stream again and see someone new popped up. Okay, so I was hoping to get better internet service, and I have the CenturyLink right now. Oh, thank you, Blue. Can I call you Blue? I had a 3-year, I guess it was a contract. Well, they said it wasn't a contract, but I don't believe them. We had a 3-year contract with CenturyLink, and that time was starting to end, and so I called them to see if we could get another deal, or else it was going to go up a lot. And I wanted to see if maybe I needed to switch to Comcast. So those are basically our two choices in our area, which is annoying. If there were a lot more competition, then that could drive the prices down. Anyway, I got a thing in the mail saying that they had new higher speed internet. So I called their retention department and asked if existing customers could get a deal, and they told me yes, and they said they could lock in a 3-year rate for me. Well, they didn't send me my bill by email like they normally do. And today when I logged in to see what it was, because I needed to pay the bills, it was $73 higher than what it was supposed to be. And I was really annoyed, but I thought, I can get them to make it right. I figured they decided my 3-year ran up and just goofed up somehow. So I was on chat with them for over an hour, and they said that the girl was mistaken and was not supposed to tell me that I could get a 3-year rate locked in. And yeah, they just couldn't offer me a lower price. So basically, they're telling me, in 4 days I have to pay $162, and we get crappy internet. They have never given us the speed that they promised. So when we were first moving into the house, they said we would get, what is it, megs? 40 megs. And after we moved in, we were not getting anywhere close to that speed, and we actually ended up being billed more than they said. And when I called them, they said, well, we don't even offer that speed. I said, well, this is my confirmation number. That is what I was offered. And then they said, the confirmation doesn't do any good. What's the confirmation number for? Well, here's the thing, Blue Knight. They are being sued, and I didn't know about it, or I would have gotten in on that. So I just read an article from June 2017. Well, I'll have to see if it's too late for me to get in on that or not. Or maybe it's something where they're going to have to reimburse all of the people who are being ripped off. But I was just fuming mad today. And everybody who was complaining on their page, I contacted them privately and asked, can I use what you wrote in one of my videos? Because I really just kind of want to take them down right now. I am so sick of this. I have had one problem with them after another. And of course, people say, well, if you do switch, then they charge you a large fee for breaking the contract. Blue Knight, it's 3:34 a.m. Why are you up so late? So there are a lot of CenturyLink horror stories, and so right now I'm still awake and my blood is just boiling. I'm so mad at them. They're horrible. And here was another thing that happened. Every time they've come out to try to speed up our internet, it doesn't really work. And after multiple tries, they said, well, there's a length of cable under the road that we're not going to get to. Then why don't you lower my bill to reflect what we're actually getting? And there was a time where I asked them to lower my bill, but what they did is they lowered my speed. And today, the girl says to me in the chat, well, in mid-September, we're going to have an offer where for $95 plus tax, you can lock in that rate for the rest of your life. Okay, what is that plus tax? That's going to be probably, with fees and tax, at least $120 a month. We were paying, well, they never did bill us the correct amount, and it would change. It was never supposed to change. But it was hovering around $98 a month. So right now, I just feel like, no, you should be giving me what you promised me for 3 years. It's not my fault that Mariana, retention department lady, told me wrong. They should honor it. And the lady just kept saying, oh, I'm really sorry. So I actually put the chat log on my Facebook page if you want to go read it. And the part when the first girl asked if I wanted to add TV to my service, I just really wanted to reach through my phone and strangle her. Yeah, pretty much. Like, you've jacked up my bill. You've jacked up my service for years. You think I want one more way for you to screw up? Oh, bye, Blue Knight. Thanks for stopping by. Katie, you pay £20 a month for internet? Well, this is internet plus phone. I get unlimited long distance, but still, when we lived in another town, we had Fios, the fiber optic internet, and it was, including tax and everything, was $80 a month. I don't remember ever having problems, except for there was a power surge at one point and they had to replace the equipment, but it was not anywhere near the nightmare that I've been dealing with them. I'm sick of being on the phone with them, and people say that if you do call to talk to their billing departments, they'll always say that they're not open at the moment or some nonsense. So let me tap on this, see if I can make this come back. Oh, there we are. Yes, Deborah, they are horrible. And I'm sick of places like Comcast and CenturyLink taking advantage of the fact that people don't have choices. It looks like through Comcast I could get it for, I think it said $50 or $60 a month, but I think that is a 2-year contract, and who knows what they jack it up to after that. So you would have to get to that point and negotiate with them again. I'm really hoping that Frontier will make it out this way, because that's what I had before. It was lightning fast internet. It was so awesome, and I miss it. We were spoiled there. Hi, Lyndon. Okay, Lyndon says, my ISP says we get 5 megs, but our router can only handle 1.5. Ew. And they want to charge us $120 for a new one, even though they told us they would give it for free when we got it. You know, there should be a law that they have to put these things in writing. This crap makes me so mad. Anytime you order a service, they should send you confirmation. This is what you ordered and for how much. And all they give you is the confirmation number, so you can't prove it. I'm sure they record the conversations, but it's not like they put it up for you to listen to it. But I'm really tempted to tell the manager, oh, that was the thing, is I asked to speak to a supervisor today, and the girl said they didn't have anyone available, but they would have a manager call me. Oh, sure you will. Yeah. So right now, I just kind of want to go out in a blaze of glory, and I was kind of wondering, can you make CenturyLink fire you as a customer? That's my goal. So I actually contacted people privately and asked if I could share some of the things that they had said about it. And so far I got a few people who said, heck yeah. So I don't know if I've ever shared this. I don't think I have. But I had this hobby that developed of writing complaint letters whenever businesses wrong people. And so I would have friends tell me, ooh, this business did this to me. I need you to write a letter for me. So I had a friend who called my letters nasty grams. They're not really nasty. I write it, in a somewhat professional way. And I had another friend say, hey, will you write a letter if the hellfires are burning within? And when you wrong my friends, typically, yes, the hellfires are burning within. Hi, Cone. Am I saying that right? Cone König. Oh, yeah, lots of people like my prank calls, but the problem is my speakerphone is not working right now. It keeps shorting out, and I know lately when I look for like new, just regular phones, either they want to give you like 5 of them or they're crazy expensive. So I'm looking for the best deals on a phone that will actually, have speakerphone that works. And I can't get the IRS people hardly ever to answer the phone or stay on the phone, because now if they don't recognize your number as someone they called, then they think you're messing with them. Hi, Lyndon. Yeah, here's the problem. I don't have a cell phone. I just have a home phone. Otherwise, I would call Google or one of those other things. You can call from your PC. I would have to get like a microphone or... So this is where my weakness is. There are so many like technical things that I'm like, I don't know how to do that. But I should see if I can get that set up. That would be fun. Because I would like to do things where I can mask my number and make it look like a different number's calling. Can you use Fire RTC through your computer, or does that have to be just a mobile thing? Hey, if you're just joining us, welcome. Yeah, Cohen, I will do another scammer call as soon as I can. The other issue is I've been away from the house a lot, and scammers tend to work during American hours, at least from what I've experienced. Oh, Rose, I should record the CenturyLink conversations. That's the thing is, in my state, it is a two-party consent law, and you can't record conversations unless the person is attempting to extort you. So I actually asked a lawyer and said, is it legal for me to record scammers in our state? Because I see like this clause, it looks like an exception. And they said, oh yeah, you can record scammers, so that's fine. When it comes to recording anybody else, then I have to notify them that I'm recording. So if I told CenturyLink, hey, I'm recording this, I don't really know what they would say. But I think there should be a law that if they're recording you, you should be allowed to record the conversation too. I think that's a load of crap, especially since they're always doing things like telling you, oh, we're going to give you this for free, or we're going to charge you this much. And they are always lying, and then they will charge you more than what was agreed upon, and you have no way to prove it because they don't send you anything in writing. Lyndon, my contract apparently just ended with CenturyLink, so now I just have to decide if I want to deal with Comcast because people hate them too. Oh, hang on. This was asking if I wanted to put a user in timeout because I touched the screen. Kitty, I could argue that they're scamming me. I could, but I've actually put it up on YouTube, and I'm sure that CenturyLink has more power to sue me than I do to sue them back. So I think if a manager calls me, I'll just say, hey, I'm recording this conversation. Hope that's okay with you because you're recording me. And I need proof that, if you tell me, yeah, I'm lowering your bill. So I'm supposed to pay my bill in 4 days, and they're charging me $162 instead of $89. Yeah, lawsuits are usually not worth it, and I don't know if I could even take them to small claims. I kind of enjoy it. If I don't pay it, then they'll send me to collections, and they'll just shut off my service. So if you are even the tiniest bit late with CenturyLink, they will send a threat that they're going to shut off your service. They're so awesome. Okay, so I was going to tell you, the first complaint letter I ever sent was when my husband walked into a Walmart and the floor was white and there was a white hanger on the floor which blended in, and he slipped on it and fell on his back. And there were a bunch of workers standing there, and they didn't do anything. Like, they didn't say, are you okay? And when he got up and walked away, they snickered. And when he left the store, the hanger was still on the floor. So I was livid, and I wrote them. I think I sent them a message through their contact form, and he was never home at the time, and the manager was kind of frantically trying to get a hold of him. I said, I'm sorry, he's working. And I think they were just terrified that he was going to sue. But the purpose was to tell them, you need to fire some people or train them on how not to be a huge jerk. And after weeks of him trying to call my husband, there was an envelope from them with an apology and a $50 gift card. And that was very eye-opening. So whenever a business ticked me off after that, I would just write a letter or email or something, and I started getting gift cards like crazy. It was funny. But I only complained if it was legit. I wasn't like making things up. One time this restaurant totally screwed up my son's birthday, and their website said, if you have a party bigger than this, then you make a reservation. When I tried to make the reservation, the manager said, come in and wait. I said, well, we have this many people coming. He goes, just come in and wait. When we got down there, so my second son was a newborn, And when we got there, they said it was going to be an hour and a half wait. And we had people from out of town. We had people who drove an hour or more to come to the party. And I was just kind of an emotional wreck. And that's when my sister kind of got in their face. She's someone that you want on your side if people wrong you. And the manager goes, well, it's our policy that you make a reservation. And she goes, but you told my sister the policy wrong. So we ended up going next door, but I didn't have a cake for my son because we were going to get a cake from that restaurant that was special to him. So we ended up, it was actually not really a cake, it was like a giant eclair thing, which was really cool. So the place next door gave us a banquet room. And then the restaurant that wouldn't make a reservation for us sent the eclair thing over to where we were. But I was still really mad. And when I wrote a letter about that one, I got a $100 gift card. My dad said I should write a book called Complaining for Fun and Profit. Okay, I'm missing comments. Yeah, I would love to not pay that bill right now. I don't know. I'm always making decisions based on protecting our credit. Ticks me off. Thanks, Kitty. There was a time where our anniversary was coming up, and we always went to our favorite Italian restaurant. And my husband was in construction at the time, and when he was in the area and decided to get some takeout, it was like this girl was judging him based on his appearance. And usually he would pay with a debit card and tip with cash. And when you're doing takeout, you're not sitting down and people are bringing you water and stuff. And the girl said within earshot to him, like she said it to her coworker, but said, about my husband, what a jerk, he didn't even tip us. And the guy looks at her like, oh my gosh, you are horrible. And then my husband ended up giving them cash for the tip. And the guy looked at her like, see? And so what I did after that was I messaged the manager and said, this is what time it was, this was the day. My husband and I we still plan on coming for our anniversary, but I want to make sure that girl does not serve us. And she totally judged my husband based on his appearance. And, you know, people who do construction are not inferior to people who work white-collar jobs. If it weren't for people who work blue-collar, white collar people wouldn't have anywhere to live, right? Everyone's job is important. It's what makes the world work. So, yeah, the manager said, I know exactly who you're talking about, and I hope the girl was fired. And we got a $50 gift card, so our anniversary was paid for. Hi, Lyndon, you have a question? What are my thoughts on drugs? I'm not even a fan of putting prescription drugs in my body. For me personally. Or LSD. I don't think people should put anything addictive in their bodies, and I've had friends who ended up having big troubles after taking drugs. I don't even like to take ibuprofen and Tylenol unless I absolutely have to. My, I'm not really familiar with all the drug terms, but I do remember a friend had started taking acid. Have I had any bad customer service experiences? Oh yeah, plenty. Hi, Alan. Well, it's past midnight for me, so I'm still up and I'm going to go to bed. The worst customer service experience. My sister brought this up the other day. I don't want to say which restaurant, but it was our first time going there, and I was newlywed, and my husband was in the military, and my sister was a college student at the time. So she came to visit, and we could only afford to split a meal, and we were ordering a crab plate. And when we got there, we sat down in the booth, and there was like a little light on the wall, and it was still plenty light outside. And this guy, we've already been seated, and this guy comes and asks us to get up for a second so we can change the light bulb. That was really weird. And then as soon as they learned that we wanted to share a meal, they got a lot of attitude about it, and they put the plate in front of my sister. They didn't bring me any utensils or anything. They didn't bring us any water. So she sets the food down and goes like that. Seriously looked at me like that and walked away. I had to walk around the restaurant to ask someone to give us water, to ask for another set of utensils and stuff. And, sorry, we're poor and can't afford 2 meals. But the thing is, both of us are a lot better off, and if they had been nice, we would have gone to that restaurant a bunch more times. So by the end of that, we got the bill, and my sister was starting to fill out the information on the receipt as far as the tip and everything. And the girl sat there and watched. She was hovering. And my sister goes, can you not stand there? And the girl says, I don't want to lose another pen. My sister goes, okay, fine. And then she writes a big 0 by the tip. So some people believe you tip no matter what. Tipping is for if you actually do a good job. And, we tip more generously if the server, is nice and actually does their job. It was unbelievably rude. I could not believe these people. So it's funny, I wrote that company years later and said, I should have told you back then, but this has stopped me from entering another one of your locations ever. And they sent me a $40 gift card. So it pays to complain, but you need to have details. You need to tell them, this is what time and day and everything. It's better to let them know right away. Chat's disappeared. Here we go. Okay. Alan, you have a lot of rain? We get a lot of rain usually, but lately not so much. Okay, Cohen, it's good to see you. I have a mic. What? I don't have a microphone. Not anything that plugs into the computer. I should probably go take a class on how to do stuff. Well, there's a mic on my tablet. So this is a tablet I'm using, so it has a built-in mic. As far as calling people goes, I can't really use my tablet, I don't think, to call people. If I can call from my tablet, can I also record at the same time? Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Bye, Deborah. Are you up early or have you just not gone to bed? I need to go to bed soon. And tomorrow I will continue my rampage against CenturyLink. Yeah, I looked at prices of cell phones because I thought, what if I got a cell phone and I just didn't activate it or something? But that's insanely expensive. Deborah, you haven't gone to sleep yet? Okay, I hope you get some sleep. What time is it in the UK? Oh, 9 a.m.? So a lot of people are probably at work right now. I should see about maybe streaming on a Friday night at a good time. Okay, well, people are dropping off. They're going to bed. They're probably at work. Thanks for watching, and I will probably have a video posted in the next couple days. And I'll try to work harder on replacing my phone. Thanks, Kitty. Linjin, you're not going to bed or going to work? I have to drive my daughter to a hike in the morning, so I definitely need to go to bed. Good night, everyone.